78
So this one, it would have been a full step down, right?
A little more than a full step down.
Exactly.
Why you put 12 in there? What's the mean?
Oh, the mean,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sure I'm not looking at you.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm done.
Well, now that 2 months, get your 505.
No, it's just like I don't get it, and it's not. I honestly don't get it. I'm not.
So if you think you're going to understand everything after one class, again, that's a little crazy. There you go. This is a good week away. So you got a week to get into the homework and find some help.
Here, I'll show you my This is what you that answer. So the square root of value of second is square root, and then second negative. Because I was just going to do the square root of it's like whatever. Yeah, that's what
All right, guys, real quick. I love you. So, you're not going to completely understand an idea like this that you've never seen before after one problem of working with. So one level is just get off your own back a little bit. You're supposed to have some trouble with this. This is how this works. Anytime you're trying to learn something, it's going to be hard. Period. Right? So, I want you to understand the idea behind what we do. Because then what we do makes more sense. It's easier to remember. It's not straight memorization. It's, oh, I do this because it makes sense. When you find that mean, on the test, I'll tell you how far to round it in case the mean comes out to be something insane. You understand? But here, it only came out to 1 decimal place. We can deal with that, right? It's, what is it? 78? Okay. Now, let me show you a little bit of, I try to show you little shortcuts in the calculator here, but nobody seemed to want to try them out. Let me show you how this shortcut stuff works. I'm with you. Figure all this out. So watch this. It's kind of nice. This calculator is built, of course, for crunching numbers. Is what they do. So we put 6, 7, 4, 6, 9, 4, 10, 10, 5, 7, 2, 8. I think that's everybody. Okay, now watch. This kicks so much ass. Because it sets up in a table, just like what we need by hand. So what do I want the next column to be? I want the next column to be all my variables, which are in L1, minus the mean, which is 6.5. So I'm going to go up to L2. See how at the bottom it says L2 equals what? Well, L2 equals all the L1s minus the mean. Bam. Now, I let you go ahead and do it by hand. Look it up. Just so you can see this, that reaction you just had is like, oh yeah, shit, I'm going to do that. And then, of course, what are we going to make L3? What do I want to do? L3 comes from squaring what? L2. So I'm going to go up to L3. Put L2 square. Bam. So this should look familiar. All right. So now watch. Here's the ultimate cool thing. If you get out of your table, what do I want right now? Let's just add these up here. That's the most important. I know this is going to be 0. Let me just add these up. This is list what? This is L3. So if you go to second stat finally, see, second stat deals with your lists. That's where I can do shit to my lists. I can pick a list off here, There's some operations I can do. Those look familiar, like the first couple definitely. And then I can do some math to them, and I want to sum up. I want to find the sum of freaking L3. That should look familiar. Right? So we're the humans who created these things to do our bidding, so we might as well actually do that. Right? They have no feelings. It's okay. They'll be okay. So now, what is this number? 69 is the sum of these. Wherever I see this, I replace it with 69. So up here, I see it. What is this?
69.
No way.
69.
And of course, there's 12 data points. I got to adjust it because it is a sample.
So 6.272.
Yeah, you get 6.27, blah, 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 blah. Let me show you. What time is it? Coming up. Now watch this kick so much ass. You ready? This is a button. I'm surprised I haven't shown you this button yet. But if you hit second square root, and then second negative. See how above there it says A and S? That's the last answer on the screen. So I don't have to write all these decimal freaking places. Second answer. Square root of the last answer. Bam. I like that. Fake reaction, it was nice. So on average, the data points get about 2.5 away from their middle. Okay. Let's see. I can't remember when this class stops. I think it's already, but oh. Now, the last idea. The way we use standard deviations is exactly the way we use tick marks on a ruler. So if I wanted to measure how far apart two people are, I could use inches if I wanted to, right? Or feet. So standard deviation is kind of determining what tick marks do I want to use. Do I want to use inches or feet? So if my data is really spread out, it's going to be bigger. So I can measure how many standard deviations is this from the mean. How many standard deviations is this from? Is how I measure distance in statistics. Standard deviations are the tick marks on a ruler. Z-scores are how many of those tick marks two things are apart. So this question C, we'll do the rest of this next time. This question C is figuring out the Z-score, to be honest. How many standard deviations from the mean to the data point of 9? So 9 minus 6.5, that's how far apart they are. And how many standard deviations fit into there? Very often I'll call a standard deviation step. How many steps is there from 9 to 6.5?
1.39.
What do you get, sorry?
1.398. 0.998.
Neato. So let's see, I got some dissension. 9 minus 6.5 divided by 2.505. Point,
Oh, yeah.
I get 0.998. So almost one step. Which makes sense. 9 and 6.5 is about 2.5 apart. It's just about a step up from the mean. Okay, let me do this. So we got one more. We'll do that next time. Let me give you the practice test, and I'll have the answer key for this next time. Yeah. So again, the test is a week from today, as it says on the homework sheet. A week ahead. Yeah. So many of you have accommodations in the ARC. Yes, it's going to be the whole class for the test. God, had nothing to do with it. You're going to be brain fried. There's no reason for me to try to teach you something new after the test. Well, you'll find out that teachers are very different than some of them teach well and some of them teach.
I should like take this hour and a half quiz and then we have 20 minutes left in class left and sit.
Yeah.
Like a little hour. Yeah, she's like, let's put the next chapter in right after. Were you in the last class? This is calculus.
I think I knew what I was doing here. So over this weekend, try to get as much homework, come with questions. Monday is just going to be review day, nothing new. Oh yeah, please don't forget your ID cards. I got it.
So, now is not representing me. So,
The original semis, the curve.
I put interval, but he said it's more than that, so I'm assuming ratio. So, word per minute, word per minute.
So if I'm gonna go at your original grade, line through the high grade, that's your curve, that's your grade. The higher one is your grade. Curved up. Yeah.
It just keeps saying like session is over, or session has timed out.
Who else needs
You
there?
wanna see what I'm talking about? Maybe you'll know, because you already took accounting. It's green icon.
Can we staple it or can we?
Oh yeah, so do the corrections in the staple it's the original. You can do it on the same sheet of paper, and you can make it really clear what the correction is.
And then, does it have to be every single?
No, just the ones that you got off. You don't have to redo the whole thing.
So when you got your book, you had to attach your link into your campus, right? So you could do this.
Alright, so I give a full credit for some homework, even though some people maybe make a few mistakes. So your corrections have to be to the same level, right? So you have to get everything perfectly right, and then do all of them. It would be better if you did it, right? So, yeah. Oh, finished all of them. Yeah, apparently all.
They've already had the same. Wisdom says level of data, number of words per minute. Was it ratio or something?
Because you could do more than just subtract. You could, somebody writes 80 words a minute, somebody else writes 40. 80 divided by 40, he writes twice as much. And what was zero mean? You just sat there like, I don't know what this machine is.
Yeah, so.
And you didn't, and zero means what it's supposed to mean. So totally ratio, those two things tell you it's ratio. So don't stop when subtraction works, because you got, the answer's gonna be the highest level.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like the worksheet we just did. It's just simple.
Oh, yeah, getting all this good stuff.